Cars have been developed and have been providing transportation for over 100 years. But how did they come around and start?
I was born on July 30th, 1863, near Dearborn, Michigan. When I was 13 years old, I remember my father giving me a pocket watch. I took it apart and reassembled it. My friends and neighbors were so impressed that they came to me to fix their own timepieces too. I was unsatisfied with farm work and left home at the age of 16 to the city of Detroit, where I found work as a machinist. I returned to the farm later on, but continued to do mechanic work here and there. I think it was 1888 that me and my lovely wife Clara Bryant got married. I was forced to return to farm work for 3 years to support her and my son Edsel. But then I was hired by the Edison Illuminating Company. In just 2 years, the year 1893, I was promoted to chief engineer. That's enough about my earlier life, because during this time I was developing my first horseless carriage called the Ford Quadcycle. Later that year, I attended a meeting with Edison to share my completed automobile, and he encouraged me to build a second, better model, which only encouraged my passion for car making.
Henry Ford is one of the most important people in all history that helped shape society the way it is today. Let's see how it all started. In 1896, Ford attended his idol's Thomas A. Edison's meeting and worked for him. The business he worked for was Edison Illumination Company. However, when Ford was 36, he got offered a senior position and a part-time ownership of a new company called Detroit Automobile Company. When working there, Ford was outsaid by angry investors, that the company was failing and not making any cars. However, the company ended up surviving and became Cadillac. Ford continued his dream and made his own business. In 1903, Ford had 125 workers that made 1,700 cars of 3 different models. In the winter of 1906, Ford secretly started designing and making the Model T with some colleagues. For only $825, the secret design of a Model T could be taken home and was a light car. It was only 4 cylinders, 20 horsepower engine, and weighed 1,200 pounds. It was easy to drive with 2 speeds. The car was sold and seen by the public on October 1st, 1908.
Mr. Ford, if you keep lowering these prices, we will lose money faster than we can ever make it. I raise you.
If we keep the prices low, then more people will buy our cars, which will make us more money. Raise you 20.
But if we keep the prices high, we'll be able to market ourselves as a high-end company, only for the very wealthy. I raise you.
We don't want to be a company for the wealthy. We want to make cars for the average American.
Who cares about the middle class? America has always been about getting rich, and getting rich quick, and living it out.
It's only because of the middle class citizens that we were able to gain our wealth, and that this company has expanded so much.
With now the support of the upper class, we can expand our company, making it bigger and better.
Yeah, but what if instead of raising the prices, we lowered them instead, so that we could sell a car to every American in this country?
Why should we, the upper class, care about normal middle class citizens?
How can you say that whenever I was born into the poor life and had to work my way through the middle class just to get to where I am today?
This company was made by the rich and will always be for the rich. All in.
This company was made by the average American and will always be for the average American.
Well, Mr. Ford, I do believe I have one.
Actually, I think I win. Straight flush.
You still get.
Between 1914 and 1916, the Ford Company just kept growing. The company's profit doubled from 30 million to 60 million. In 1921, the Model T held 60% of the new car market. At that point, Henry's only worry was figuring out how to make enough. On June 4, 1924, the 10th million Model T left the Highland Park factory. It was also the last car that was coming to an end on production. By 1926, T model sales plummeted. On May 25, 1927, Ford announced end of production. Henry Ford died of a cerebral hemorrhage on April 7, 1947, at the age of 83. His legacy, however, still goes on, and the world remained on the mindset Henry had. He outlived the Model T, but his car name and his company still go on.